I'm frequently asked as a program director as to what characteristics, attributes that I am seeking and looking for in an applicant. While there are many different characteristics, attributes, experience, and qualifications that we evaluate, for me it comes down to just a couple of things. There's a couple of different terms that are used to describe what I'm looking for, but at the end of the day, I'm looking for a nurse, an excellent nurse who has grit and a good work ethic. As an experienced program director, have learned over the years that sometimes it's not always the most academically prepared, nor is it the most seasoned nurse who makes the best nurse anesthesiologist at the end of the program. What I have found to be true is that those nurses who have a history of overcoming adversity, putting in work to achieve a goal, prior to admission or application to the program often will do the same when they're in the program. So as I evaluate an application and an applicant, I'm looking for a nurse who is willing to do whatever it takes. It's looking up the questions even when they don't have to. It's the nurse who got a 98 on the test but wants to know what that one question is so they can look it up. It's the nurse who asks during rounds, why are we making these ventilatory changes? Why are we changing the drip titration? So we also want a spirit of inquiry because that drive, that desire, that work ethic to always improve and to always better yourself, I think is essential as you embark on your journey to become an advanced practice nurse. As I evaluate an applicant's admission materials and their application, what I'm really looking for as a program director is your story. It is their story. So why do you want to become a nurse anesthesiologist? What is it about you? What characteristics and attributes that do you have that sets you apart from the next applicant? So for me, I'm really looking for an applicant who can articulate their want and desire and drive to become a nurse anesthesiologist. When it comes to building a competitive application, I think there are a number of measures that a nurse can employ to make their application competitive. First, you always want to be genuine in how you answer each question, each criteria. So don't overinflate or oversell yourself as an applicant. We as program directors are looking for a nurse who is genuine and authentic. So start with your authentic self. And of course, you want to present yourself in the best way possible. As you build your application, I would seek feedback. So when it comes to improvement, if you previously have applied to an institution or a program and were not accepted, ask the program director, ask the admissions committee if it's possible to review your application and to get some feedback as to what could have been improved upon within your application. Outside of meeting with program directors and potentially admission panels, if you're a first-time applicant, again, I would start with being authentic and genuine, and then from there, clearly stating how you would be a good fit for the institution or program that you're seeking admission to. Of course, you're going to clearly state your desire to become a nurse anesthesiologist, but why this program? Why this institution? We are looking for a good fit when it comes to applicants as program directors, just like you're looking for a good fit for a program or institution as you seek to become a nurse anesthesiologist. So I would really highlight that aspect as to why you desire and seek entry into a specific program. All of us have a story. We have a journey, what led us to where we are today, and ultimately, hopefully, what led you to seek entry into a nurse anesthesia program. Maybe initially it was that you were going to become a nurse, maybe a nurse anesthesiologist, maybe something different. For me, my story started many years ago when I was 13 years old. At 13 years old, I decided that I was going to become a nurse anesthetist. I knew vaguely what a CRNA was, and I had the opportunity to interact with a CRNA. So when I was 13 years old, my younger brother, who was 2 years old at the time, I'm one of 7 children, so he was the youngest of 7, I'm number 3. My youngest brother stepped on a sewing needle as he was running across the den at our home. My mother was sewing, and with that, it got lodged into the heel of his foot. It resulted in an x-ray and him needing a planned surgery the following about 2 days later. As I accompanied my brother into the surgical area with my mother, I met a nurse anesthetist who introduced himself as a CRNA. My brother at the time was really into Power Rangers. He had Power Ranger pajamas on. And so the CRNA showed my brother a mask. And at the time, I really didn't know what the mask was for. It was a Power Ranger mask, and it was going to help my brother go off to sleep so that the needle could be removed from his foot. When I met the CRNA and my brother walked away with him, and I guess they actually pulled him away with the mask in his hand and his Power Ranger pajamas, it made a lasting impact on me. I thought, what a really cool job that would be. And I'm not sure much about what putting people to sleep will be, but I thought I wanted to do that. So at 13 years old, I decided in 7th grade that I was going to become a CRNA.